everyone, my name is Malvika Varadan and I'm very proud to bring you stories from around the world. Now this is a project by The Hive and Toddle and there are some very important rules to remember. Number one, listen really carefully to these stories. Number two, don't be afraid to pause this video and act along and follow the instructions, alright? And number three, right after we finish reading our stories, after our story time, don't forget to try out all the cool craft activities in your Toddle box and make sure that you get your hands dirty. Today from Stories from Around the World, we are going to travel to the beautiful country of Russia. Now, have you ever seen Russia on the map? It's an enormous country. It's like huge. It's huge. And it's on the continent of Asia, right? And it's very cold. And this is a story about a girl who meets a bear and she decides that she's going to trick him. She looks a lot like Red Riding Hood, doesn't she? A little girl lived with her grandma on the edge of a large wood with two paths running through it. One was dappled in sunlight and led straight to her village, and the other disappeared into the heart of the wood. One day, the little girl took the wrong path home and came across a tumble-down cottage that belonged to a lazy bear. Can you imagine walking through the woods? How would it be? I imagine it's very cold, so you'd be like shivering, maybe looking up into the trees, hearing all kinds of strange sounds, a little bit scared. Do you want to show me what that face looks like? And then she sees the cottage, right? And what does she see? That it belongs to a lazy old bear? "I've always wanted someone to look after me," growled the bear. "Clean my house or I'll gobble you up." That is very unfair, in my opinion. But anyway, so the girl swept the floor and she dusted the shelves. How do you think she swept the floor? She was dusting all of these shelves. All the dust in her face. Ugh. And she polished the windows. Can you imagine polishing the windows? Really hard. And she washed the stairs. And then she asked if she could go home. "No," said the bear. "I'm going to keep you forever." Now the girl didn't like this at all. So she thought up a plan. The next day, the girl told the bear that she had a very special power. "I can see things that are very far away," she said. "People are always amazed at how far I can see." Do you think she really had amazing eyesight? We'll find out. "What can you see from here?" asked the bear curiously. Of course, the girl could only see trees, but she pretended she could see all the way to her grandmother's house. Can we imagine being the girl? Looking out and imagining, "Hey, look, that's my grandmother's house." The bear was amazed that the girl could see all the way and asked what her grandmother was doing. "Oh dear," sighed the girl. You know what it means to sigh? It's when you take a deep breath and you say, "Oh dear." Do you want to try it? "Poor grandma, she's tucked up in her bed. She must be feeling ill. Please, can I make some of my special pies and take them to her? She always feels better when she's eaten one of my pies." I think this girl is being very polite to a bear that was forcing her to clean his house. No, said the bear. "I can't let you do that. You might never come back. Then who would clean my house? And who would cook my dinner? I will take the pies to the village and you will stay in the cottage." So the little girl cooked up some pies and she put them in a big basket, and when he wasn't looking, she climbed in there too. Can you imagine how she climbed into that basket and made herself really small? Maybe you can try that. The bear set off through the woods, but after a while, he started to feel a bit hungry. Can you show me a hungry face? What does a hungry face look like? He couldn't stop thinking about the tasty treats that he was carrying. "This basket is so heavy," he said. How do you hold a heavy basket? Your arm starts to hurt and your body tilts a little bit. You're like carrying this heavy basket. There must be lots of pies inside. I'm sure Grandma won't mind if I just eat one. And so he sat down for a quick snack. But as the bear started to open the basket, the little girl cried out, "I can see you! Don't eat my pies!" The bear thought that the little girl was still in his cottage and he was really impressed. "She really does have remarkable eyesight," he said. And he quickly shut the basket again. Because he must have been quite scared, right? How would you quickly shut the basket if you were scared? He followed the path to the village and left the basket on Grandma's doorstep. As soon as the little bear was gone, the little girl, how do you think she leapt out of the basket? First, she opened it a little bit and she checked. You can do that too. And when she realized the bear was gone, she leapt out. And she ran into the house. "I'll never take the wrong path again," she promised. And she hugged her grandma really tight. Back in the cottage, the bear was not happy to find that the girl was gone. Because now he had to do all of his own cooking and cleaning, and there was nothing that he could do about it. Well, too bad for him. He needs to learn how to do that, and that's the end of the story. We hope you enjoyed that story, and we hope you enjoyed acting along. Now, don't forget to get your hands dirty and start doing all of the craft activities associated with that story. And remember, even if we can't get on planes and travel around the world, stories and words can help us go anywhere.